Hey, how's it going? Streets of Tartaria here. I was reading in the news this week, and this just came out literally this week about this Nephite coin. The word Nephi comes out of the Book of Mormon. Anyway, it's a story about this coin, about this guy, Isaac Chase, who was building a mill down in Salt Lake within the year that the first wave of Mormons came into the Salt Lake Valley. And as he was digging 10 feet down, building this, I believe, a sawmill, he claims that he hit this coin right here. And so I'm just going to read you a little bit of this article. In February 1848, Isaac Chase stalled the vigorous swing of his pick at the sound of something metallic in a hole by a creek in what is known as Liberty Park. Chase had arrived in the Salt Lake Valley 4 months earlier with the first wave of pioneer immigrants. When he loaded up his wagons for the trek west in 1847, he brought with him his millstones and other equipment, intending to pick up the trade again, according to the biography written by Bill Sanders. So he loaded up millstones in his wagon for the trek west. As soon as the 1847-48 winter snow melted, Chase began improving upon a small sawmill he had constructed in the Salt Lake Valley that fall. As he dug this new millrace, he heard the clink at the end of his pick, and that was this coin right here. So the story goes on that he gives this coin to his daughter, and then about 50 years pass in 1897. So in the summer of 1897, the church publication told the story of Chase's well-worn copper coin dug out of virgin soil in 1848 in an article titled Nephite Coin. Let's see here. So the coin would not stay in the Chase's family for much longer. Harriet passed the coin on to her daughter, May, who then placed the coin in the care of the Church of Jesus Christ Historian Office. Her daughter, Phoebe, wrote. So then it goes on that this coin was taken out in the early 1900s and measured, and had a diameter of 27 millimeters, which corresponds to it being a coin out of India, minted in 1817. And so, so the second measurement on this coin was taken, and the diameter did turn out to be 27 millimeters, which puts it in the year 1817. So how did a coin minted in 1817 in India end up in Salt Lake City 10 feet under the ground? So there's two explanations. Either this guy, Isaac Chase, is a complete liar and brought the coin with him, number one. Number two, this is just a story made up, and in 1897, they started on this story again. But I'm gonna take you out to Liberty Park. We're gonna go check out this sawmill right now. But before that, I'm gonna show you a small clip out of a video from Ryan Zim. I think you should go over to Ryan Zim's YouTube channel, subscribe. You're gonna love his channel. I mean, this guy is one of the greatest researchers. But I'm gonna show you this small clip from his video where he shows that China, Russia, India, and the United States, putting Utah in the United States, shows that Tartaria, that this was all one country, which could make sense that this coin could have ended up in Salt Lake City, which was an ancient city, and buried in a mud flood, and that coin ended up 10 feet deep. So I'm gonna show you this clip, and then I'm gonna take you over to Liberty Park and show you around there, and let's see if we can find some mud flood evidence. I'll be right back.
show the color to signify which kind of country is in control of that area. We could see yellow here for Tartaria, and it looks like that extends into the United States. And sure enough, if you look up here, it says that there are Tartarians in this area with society, and we can cross-reference that on the Urbano Monet map. If we go across the Bering Strait into America, we can see that all the way over here into Canada, that right up here there is these camps of Tartars. And I will say that the information on this map seems very accurate. As you go into the North Dakota area, you will find buffalo drawn, even though they're bad drawings, and you can translate this, and it says that here are animals that look like horses or cows, but they have a mane like a lion.
Which is one of the oldest buildings in the state. Literally built, I believe parts of it built within 3 years of when Brigham Young and the Saints came into Salt Lake City. And I just wanted to explore this because of this article that came out in the news this week on KSL.com. I'll put a link in the description and maybe even refer to it in this video a little bit. But basically, in 1848, while Chase, the man who built this building, was digging in the ground 1 year after they got here, he found a coin that appears to be out of India, which is very interesting because India on many maps is shown as part of Tartaria. And so I'm going to show you some images, but I just wanted to do a walk around this house, and then I'm going to walk around this area and just show you some of these mudflood buildings, or what appears to be mudflood buildings. But this house appears to be built out of stone. And again, so interesting that a year after they got here, they found a coin that appears to only have been 20 years old, the coin itself, in the ground, 6 feet deep. 10 feet deep, right here on this property, somewhere within a few 100 feet from here, apparently, in a creek that is now probably been put underground in a pipe system so that they could keep this park safe. Looks like a greenhouse right over here, but let's check out this house and just see what we think. I'll show you some history on this once we come back around to the front. But it looks like this house was built in 1853 or finished in 1853. But look at this, isn't this weird? This is a metal plate that folds down to where they can receive deliveries, I guess, down in the basement. And it's been stuccoed or adobe'd over all around, but it looks like it is this stone. And you know, the question I have, this thing goes in quite deep, and you can see that right here. Even I would say just to the door right here is somewhere around 18 inches, so it's at least 22 inches, but I think it's even deeper than that. And you can see these stones, how thick they are. So this is a very thick house, and the question that I have is, if we were to get into there, would we find that old yellow brick in there? And did Mr. Chase find an old Indian coin that was only 20 years old since it had been minted right here on this property? Want to keep it. And did he find it in the basement of one of these buildings right around here, 10 feet down? Very interesting story. Definitely piqued my interest. And kind of interesting how these windows go all the way to the eave right there. I think that's just very interesting. And you've got your fake foundation that they've put around this. And this may be an addition right here. May not. But here's a vent right here. And I wanted to show you this right here because you've got a window, and what you have, what looks like it goes in right there, you see, as if there used to be a window right there. In fact, I feel certain that there was a window right there because look, you have this straight edge that comes right across here, right to there. And that lines up perfectly with these two windows, that there was a window sticking out of the ground. There's a mudflood window right there. And so yeah, I'm gonna put a link to this KSL article that came out just a few days ago about this, what I would call a Tartarian coin that was found right here on this property. Here's another vent, and I do find this strange right here. So you've got another window, and you have kind of a strange rock formation underneath there, as though there was another window right there that's been filled in. And they put a ramp up to here. They say that this porch is not original to the building and was built sometime after 1900. But here again, look how far in this building goes. Yeah, it goes in, I'm estimating somewhere around 20 to 22 inches. And so right here is the history on the Isaac Chase home. You can pause it there if you want. But I'm gonna take you on a couple more buildings. In fact, I'm gonna take you right over to this building because I find it really interesting. It has some, what looks like some mudflood features to it. And so let's check this out. So you have the stone foundation that's hewn stone, it looks like, all the way around this, and you have these windows that come below ground here. And I don't know if we can see what's going on in there, but yeah, you got these windows that come down, and you can see that that's concrete, and you can see that it used to go, you know, these windows likely went deeper than what we're seeing right now. You've got another window that was turned into a coal chute right there, you see that? And now they've plugged all of these utilities in through that hole, and just very interesting that they have this beautiful sandstone foundation going all the way deep into the ground. And you have another window right here. Let's check it out, see what we see. But yeah, you can see that there's another window going into the ground right there. So let's come around. You can see on top that they put a pebble mix concrete foundation around this building. Oh, beautiful little squirrel right there. Maybe you saw him, maybe you didn't. And now we have a little bit higher windows on this side, but you can see this garbage of ours on top of this beautiful foundation. And did they find this foundation here and build on top of it? And let's see what else we find here. So you can see that they've put a ramp in that goes down a good 4 or 5 feet so that they could drive underneath this. Very interesting. And you can see that this is all our work right here, just not as uniform as this original stonework. And let's keep going here. So here is the back side of a building, a brick building that goes in really deep. And let's see what we have here. Kind of interesting. We've got this yellow brick that's deteriorating right here. And back to this stone foundation, you've got a window right here that is ground level, right below that concrete. And you have another one right here behind this, behind these bushes here. And so Another ground level window right there. Really interesting. They just put a slab of concrete, reinforced concrete over it and put greenhouse on top of that. And you can just see what happens to our work. You can see where their work ended and our work began right here. So just very interesting. So let's see, we got this brick building right here, arches on the back. I can tell you right now, that is not the original roof that's on here, because why are you gonna spend the money to put this beautiful arch in and then cover part of it with some trim there? I don't think so. And you've got a window coming out of the ground right here, and then you have a door for getting down into the basement right here. So let's take a look at this and see how deep this building goes. And you can kind of see what they've done in here. Got your wood floor, but this goes in about, I'm guessing somewhere around 18 to 22 inches deep right there. Just incredible. And that's where it stops right there. Then you have cinder block going this way. So let's take a look in this basement right here and just see if we can see anything in there. Very interesting. So just letting some light down into there. And here you can see the brick on the inside that does not look like it's been painted like on the outside. And so that'll be interesting to see. It's a little bright out here, so I can't really get a good view of that. But there's a window, ground level window with stair access going down to the bottom. And look how short this house is. Is anybody ever gonna build this way? If I get on this stair right here to the top of that arch right there, that's 8 feet. So the whole thing to the top of the building is somewhere under 12 feet. I mean, not buying it. I'm gonna take you around. I'm gonna go find some other buildings just in the neighborhood, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm at the Chase Mill. It's here in Liberty Park, in a paid area where they have animals and rides and stuff, it looks like. But just wanted to do a walk around this. So my understanding is that this is where the water wheel was that they utilized for the sawmill. And kind of interesting. You've got the sandstone foundation that doesn't, I mean, this just, it's hard to believe that this is original, but you can definitely see how these windows used to come down lower, maybe all the way down to this line right here. You can see that, right? And so, interesting as if that was a door at one time, but the same here. Just videoing.
Okay, just wanted to make sure you need to check out the menu.
Yeah, someone showed it to me, thank you. So, and now they have a little amphitheater here, and I guess this is where they're able to enter in. But again, here's where the big wheel used to be on the river or creek, not really sure. So let's analyze this, because I noticed right off the bat that the other side of this building is quite a bit higher than this side of the building. So
Now where do we go? Wait.
interesting kind of half porthole up top. Let's take a look in here and see. So we have a vent right here, venting the basement. And look at that, we got a window well covered up right there. And interesting. And then on this side, this door here, and it's quite wide. Makes you wonder if this brick is original, because this thing's thick. And it doesn't look like any, I mean, it just doesn't look original to me. This looks like artwork. You can see that it just looks like artwork. It doesn't look like, and the fact that it's coming off of this foundation about 3 inches closer to us than the rock, I think is telling. Huh. So this is the place where this coin was found, right on this property, when he was digging a 10-foot hole to build this building, is the storyline. He hit 10 feet down, he hit the Indian coin that was minted supposedly in 1817 in India in 1848, 31 years later. So, and that's just really interesting, right? So you've got brick coming down to the stone over here, and then you've got that brick going lower on this side, on the front. And you can see how thick these walls are. I mean, they are thick. Oh, you're good, you're good. And then that brick goes down to the stone foundation on this side. Yeah, that brick, this brick to me does not look original at all. I think the whole story is kind of fishy because this brick is not original. No way. Look at the size of it. I mean, here's my hand right here, right? And look at the materials in this brick. It's just, I don't believe it's real. I don't even believe that foundation's real. That looks like facade to me as well. And you can see how thick in these walls go. See that? They go in deep. So to me, that tells me we're looking at a complete facade around a pre-existing building. So downstairs in the Chase Mill, this is the basement, and that comes out to this amphitheater right here. That is where the wheel on the river creek was that they utilized. A couple bathrooms down here. But there's the foundation right there. What is this right here originally, do you know?
I'm not sure. I think it's just something to do with the elevator.
Oh, something to do with that, just
yeah.
kind of like a utility
Yeah.
type thing. Cool. Wow. So cool, isn't it?
Yes, people.
All right. I appreciate that.
Of course.
Here's the upstairs. Inside, they use it as like, you guys do receptions and stuff like that, right? It looks like it's about 13 feet tall or something like that, huh? Is there an upstairs?
Yes.
Can I see the upstairs?
I can show you real quick.
All right. And there's the top, huh? Wow. So they do dances and stuff up here, or what?
Usually people just kind of get ready up here.
Oh, they get ready up here. Ah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. These walls are super thick, aren't they?
Yeah.
Wow, I'd say, geez, it's looking like somewhere around 28 inches deep, it looks like. Maybe 30. Hey, I really appreciate that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, have a good one.
You too.
So that's the inside. Hey, how you doing? Hey, I just was walking by, saw your big, beautiful house here. I was wondering if it'd be okay if I took some pictures of it. It's just a hobby I have, taking old pictures of old buildings. That's got to be one of the older homes in the neighborhood, right? Are you not sure? Would it be okay if I took photographs of it? Okay. Thank you. She says that I can take photographs of it. She does not sure how old it is. And so we were just right over here in the park, about just behind those trees over there is where that Chase Mill is. And so I saw this building right here, and I just thought I'd take a picture of it. But what intrigued me was you've got window, 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 and a window, window, window right here with this new foundation on it. And then you can see that this stone foundation may be an addition to this. It's just really interesting. And then looks like you've got a new porch added to it. And just gonna walk up here and see if I can get a photograph of that. And then over here, the same thing on this old house right here. Just looks like a new foundation with a facade brick on top of it. And let's keep going here. So we got another house here with a new porch on it, made of brick. And I'm not sure if we can see, it looks like there's a mud flood window right back down there on the side. You see that? And that makes me wonder if you notice where that window is below that brick that comes out from the house. Here is the porch. So is it, I don't know what happened, but my video stopped recording right there at the porch. So interesting that that porch ties in right where it does. And is there another window below that porch and another door below that porch? These look like two matching windows. The door having once been a window made into a door. And you have this porch over this, and you can see back in here that there's a ground level or mud flood window, and you've got arches. Really beautiful archwork there. So we've got arches. And so let's look down the side of this house and see if we can see anything. I can't really see anything back there behind the bushes, but we know we have arches on the side of this house. So let's see what we have on the front. It looks like they've squared those arches off and hid them with this porch where they've chose to put the top of the porch. You see that? So just very interesting. Hey, how's it going? And so right next to it, we have a brick house with a mud flood window there right below that window. Down the side of this house, you can see that we have those arches again, but on the front, they've squared them off. So we've got a mud flood window right there. Can't really see anything down the side here because of the fence. But now we have a new addition, it looks like, that with a different brick. And so very interesting, but down the side, does this look right to you? Just got arches down the side. You can see that they've blocked in this arch right here, and you've got your mud flood windows, and this mud flood window is quite a bit deeper than this one. Just very interesting. This house has been sided, so I'm not really sure what we're looking at. But again, you've got a shack on the back there. I wonder if that's where they've put their stairs in this house. And again, we're just a block or less away from the Chase Mill. And right here, we have another brick home. And let's look down the side of it. We've got arches all along the side. Okay, let's remember that. So we've got arches, and not really sure what we see down in there. You tell me. And but on the front, they've busted out their arches and they've put headers over their windows and doors. So just very interesting. And you know, my question is this original? Is this stone original, or is this a facade brick put over a pre-existing brick? And again, we have another one right here. Hey, how you doing?
What you doing?
I'm working on a story. So, got another door here, but arches down the side. So, I got one of the owners gonna come talk to me. Oh, just admiring these old homes. That's all. Is there a problem? I'm not trying to bother you. I'm not trying to bother you whatsoever, but I have the right to be on public sidewalk taking pictures, right?
Sure.
All right.
I just don't like you casing my house.
I'm not casing it. I'm not casing it. I've walked right by these homes. Will do. Will do. So down this side here, we've got 4 arches here.
It's my right to do that.
What's that?
I can turn my hose on you.
That would be actually assault, sir. Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would. Huh?
I'm watering the grass.
This isn't your grass right here.
Yes, it is actually.
Is this both your homes?
Yes.
Oh, really? Oh, great. Hey, can I ask you something? I'm just curious why on the home, the only reason I'm looking at your home is the side of it has arches and the front of it has headers. And I just find that interesting. That's it. That's the only reason I'm here. Only reason I stopped by, I saw what looks to me like strangeness. That somebody would build a beautiful home with arch windows on the front and square windows on the front, arches on the side. That's it. I mean you no harm whatsoever. I'm just curious about that. Do you know why?
No, I wasn't alive in 1906.
Okay, well maybe I thought that's why I asked you. And that's why I found it interesting, because there's nobody alive that knows. So here's another home right here that looks like it's been facaded over with a new brick, but you've got these windows right below these other windows, and you know, were there windows right here in the middle that were taken out, or vice versa? Very interesting. So, how's it going? So right over here you got a old house with arches on the side, and get a little lucky here, but right through these bushes you can see a little ground level roughly window, and it looks like it's also arched. See if we can get a better view of it by chance. Oh yeah, there we are. So we've got an arched window here with the arches. Let's look on the front and see what we have here. Again, we have arches down the sides, and we have headers on the fronts and arches up top. Just very interesting. You know, were there originally arches in all of these? And did they bust those out and put headers in there to make it look more modern? And is this stone around it been added? And were there windows in the front of it? I think there's a total possibility of that. And here's the side. And again, that's just across the street from the Chase Mill over here. I'll be right back. All right, so we were right over here in some homes around the corner over here. We just started right on the other side of this building right here at that Chase Mill. And just gonna take you on a little walk down the street here and show you some interesting features on these homes. Really good little walk right here. But I thought this was strange right off the bat. Right here it's saying 1937 on this church right here, and they picked the scripture in the cornerstone, John 3:30. I just thought that was really interesting. I've never heard that scripture used anywhere. Jesus must increase. John 3:30. So you got a 33 right in the cornerstone of this church. And not really sure what we're looking at on this church, but the next 8 homes are just quite amazing. So we've got a brick facaded bungalow home here with that brick, and you can see this house next to it. It's got these ground level windows all the way around it. There's another window right behind those garbage cans. Yep, see that? And then you got stucco up top, brick facade, and then fake foundation down the side. And let's just keep going here. Got another brick facaded bungalow right here. And just definitely that's a facade brick right there. It's just garbage. Look at it. Yuck. But let's see if we can see anything down the side of it. Yeah, you can. You can see these ground level windows all the way down the side of it in weird places. Sticking out of that fake foundation. Another one of these facaded bungalows. And this house is really interesting. It's got this foundation that you can see is cracking right below that window right there. And what that tells me is there might have been another blocked in window that's given way, that they hid inside that fake foundation. And I think you're really gonna like where we're getting here. So look at this right here. Here's another one of your bungalows right here. And you've got arches all the way up to the pitch. That's very rare on a bungalow. Haven't seen a lot of those. And you've got even arches here down the side. But let's look at the front and see if what they've done here makes any sense at all. We've got squared off windows in the front, and we've got a door that's taller than those windows with that window on top of it. This wasn't built that way, guys. This is a cover-up on this house right here. Let's go down the side of it real quick. And again, we've got squared off windows down this side, arch windows on the other. And we've got arch windows on the bottom in that fake foundation. Very interesting, right? It's very interesting. And so, anyway, just very, very interesting. We've got another bungalow here. Got windows that go below ground here. See that? Ground level windows in there. And it's got that lined facade brick. This is not the original brick that they built these homes out of. That's a facade. Just really interesting. Let's see here. We got another one of these bungalows. Same story. They've made it into a room up front there. And I don't know really what we're looking at here. It's got a wood, it's been sided. But let's take a look at this next house. Ground level windows. But you've got some windows that go deeper than others, you see. And you can see that trim that goes all along the top is hiding the top part of the windows. Just really interesting. Here we have another bungalow that they've really added a bunch to on top. And just, you know, you think this is the original foundation on these? No. No, that's not original. And just very interesting homes here. You've got a stone addition added to this facade brick. This whole thing right here looks to me to be facaded. And another bungalow with your ground level windows down there in the fake foundation. New brick all the way on top of that foundation. And here we have what looks to me like probably a lot more original. Look at this beautiful house. Got stone all the way around it. Got vents going in underneath the porch. That's beautiful. Look at that stonework above the window. And this is pretty much a Victorian home that looks to me to be a level too short. I think this is exactly kind of how they found it. Just beautiful. Hey, how you doing? And let's see what we have here. Yep, I'm not seeing any windows below that. Not seeing any windows below this level of stone right here below the windows. So it makes me wonder if they just were able to hide all those or what. Here's a Victorian home. Definitely was made out of brick, and they've sided it. They've sided all the way around it. And let's see if they left us any clues. Well, look at that right there. I think we got a little window, little mud flood or ground level window sticking out of the side right there. Interesting that they just sided over this beautiful Victorian home. And look at this one right here. It looks like they did the same, because look at the foundation on this sided home. And you got these ground level windows down there below that set of windows. Just very interesting. Right here, look at this. So on this home, we've got, it looks like arched windows underneath a header, and down below you have really arched windows. Let's see what the front looks like. Wow, look at that. Just very interesting. You've got a vent going in underneath the porch. You've got these, let's see what we're looking at there. I guess they're just headers, all these headers, and then you got arches below, and I genuinely believe that these were arched when they found this and they put headers in. Amazing. And just one more house left here. And I mean, just look at what we're looking at here, guys. You think that this house was built that way? You think that's how they built their basement? That never happened. Well, that is Liberty Park down in Salt Lake City. I hope you enjoyed this. Give this video a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching.